Hello, welcome to On Me Head's Son. So, reaction to last night's fight, Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn. Wow, listen, what an amazing fight. We can all agree. Amazing fight, an amazing contest between these two lads. They dug deeper, right to the final bout. I personally didn't think it would go the distance. I thought Chris Eubank Jr. would beat Conor Benn in probably about the 7th or 8th round. I thought that's the way it was going to go. But I tell you what, Conor Benn comes out with so much credit, as does Chris Eubank Jr., in my opinion. They both went so deep, and it was just a fantastic fight. And lots of people are saying it's probably the fight of the year already. I think it is. It is the fight of the year. Just like Wardley Clark last year for me was fight of the year. This year, this is already proven to be fight of the year. What an amazing fight. Just so competitive. And Conor Benn comes in, the lighter guy. He was noticeably smaller, quicker. First couple of rounds, he was swinging and missing quite a lot. Chris Eubank Jr. had the better of it, and then Conor Benn started connecting, and I thought he really rocked Chris Eubank Jr. And then they were exchanging blows, and at one point I thought Chris Eubank Jr. was spent, probably in the sort of the 9th round, and he just came back, and he just won the last couple of rounds there. And I just thought it was just an amazing fight to watch, amazing fight, and it was back and forth. But I gotta say, Conor Benn just came up and just would not let it lie. He just would not lie down. He just would not give up. And that's what made the fight. And that was certainly acknowledged by Chris Eubank Jr. But what a treat to see his dad there as well. That was an amazing moment. That was theatrical. That was pure Chris Eubank, wasn't it? Coming in, shocking everybody to go with his son and walk, to the ring with his son. That was an amazing. So look, do we want to see it again? Yeah, you definitely want to see that again. But my heart is telling me I kind of don't want to see it again, because I want to see Conor Benn at his weight class at 147, and if he comes up 154, whatever, and in later years if he comes up to 160, but get a world title. Now, for me, Chris Eubank Jr., he's gone to the hospital. I would say, don't do the rematch, and if you can help it, and try and get another big fight. See if you can get a world title fight out there as well, and then maybe next year, if you can, possibly come back again. But the problem is, time is not on Chris Eubank Jr.'s side. So if he wants the money, he's going to have to take this rematch. But all the restrictions should be lifted for Chris Eubank Jr. because he was noticeably weaker in this fight. And whilst it was an even fight, it favoured Conor Benn coming up, and it didn't favour Chris Eubank Jr. He was like fighting depleted for me. So listen, fantastic fight, brilliant fight. Plaudits to both camps, plaudits to both fighters, plaudits to both dads for being there supporting their sons. And do we want to see it? Yes, but I really hope that Conor Benn goes back down to his weight class and fights, can get a world title fight, or certainly start going up in the rankings there. Same for Chris Eubank Jr. I definitely want to see it again, but I just think if you're going to go this other way, it just might be too late for Chris Eubank Jr. And I've got a feeling, honestly, if they do the rematch, the way it is, depending on any restrictions that are imposed and how depleted Chris Eubank Jr. would be, but I think Conor Benn might have the better of him in the rematch as well, purely on the aggression, the strength. And he looked, at times, Conor Benn looked spent as well. At times, Chris Eubank Jr. was catching him, and I thought, oh, here we go. He's going to keel over any minute. He's going to get him out there any minute. And he just stood his ground. He stood there. Brilliant. But I've got a feeling the rematch might go Conor Benn's way. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But what an amazing fight. And, on to next weekend. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching the videos. Right. Best get back on the road. Catch you again. Bye now.